In this part of the Flow series, we are going to cover head movement in Muay Thai. Now, I've heard people say never move your head in Muay Thai. Just stay there, stay strong, stay balanced, stay right up and down the middle. And the reason that they say this is because a lot of times, if let's say you came from a boxing background, you may be used to doing movements that you definitely shouldn't be doing in Muay Thai. A couple of those examples are bending at the hips, like really tight. It puts my head in a very dangerous position. For example, if I were to roll underneath a hook, I do not want to do it from a distance where if they fake the hook, they could just fake the hook from here, and I roll here, boom, I'm getting caught with knees, I'm getting caught with kicks. If I were to roll under his hook, I would want to disappear into his armpit and underneath. I do not want to stay at range. So let's be here. Perfect. As he throws a hook at me, notice how if he were to lift his knee up, he doesn't really have a powerful shot here. And I would already be moving. I'm not going to stop here. I'm just going around the corner, and I'm be able to get out of the way of the hooks. Same with this side. Let's go here. So if he throws his lead hook, I can roll underneath that armpit. Even though I'm taller than he is, it's still good. I can still roll underneath. Now these movements, I'm not going to do all the time. Rolling is very hard to do, especially in a real fight. A lot harder than just parrying and slipping slightly off and pulling. There's a lot more weapons. We're not just facing punches. We're facing knees, we're facing elbows. And those different varieties of strikes make it much more hard for us to see it. As you develop and grow eyes, that's why you see people with 300, 400 fights, they can slip underneath punches. They can get underneath hooks a lot easier than a person just starting Muay Thai. So it really just depends on you, your skill level. So if we're slipping, let's say I slip out of the way of this jab. I have to slightly get out of the way. In boxing, I could get a lot more out of the way, but now it's dangerous. So let's say, we'll switch positions. Let's say Kruyai slips out of the way, big, even bigger. Now he's putting his head in a huge, dangerous spot. Boom, that head kick is always there. So if I just throw this, bang, I can easily head kick him. And he's basically putting his head right in a position that's the most dangerous. And that's why I don't slip too big in Muay Thai. Just barely get off, barely get off, barely get off, barely get off. It's not that dangerous. He just has to be aware of what he's doing. So he has to also know, okay, if I slip this jab, I'll do it. So if I slip this jab, I have to know that maybe a head kick is coming right after. So my awareness goes up. So let's say I throw that jab at you, you slip, and then now you pull out of the way of the kick. Pull back. So again, boom. He should know that. He should know as soon as he gets in a position where he slips his head off the line, he's immediately out of there. Boom. Again. Boom. And this happens often. People will just slip out of the way, and that person will be setting them up. Same with the right hand. So if I throw this right straight down the line, he can slip outside. I can throw this head kick, he moves back. Boom, again. So you have to train yourself that after you slip a shot, potentially a head kick could be right on the way, right after that shot. And this is how a lot of people land head kicks, because people are so used to slipping big. Like I said, if you come from a boxing background, you love to slip. And this is actually how I get people to stay more upright. So if you have a game that involves a lot of straight punches down the line, boom, good straights, good straights, good straights. Maybe I can't land a single one. I don't care if I land this kick. He gets out of the way, maybe he blocks it. He's gonna be aware, now that I've been throwing kicks, that he might not wanna slip anymore. So I've narrowed his options down and I'm keeping him more in the middle, which is perfect, because then now I can start landing my straights all day. Right down the line, bang, bang, bang. As soon as he starts slipping again, bang, I send it right there to his head. So head movement in Muay Thai is a very elusive thing. It takes some time. You're gonna have to spar quite a lot of times, many hours, and you're gonna find out a lot of ways not to move your head in Muay Thai, because you're gonna pay for it. And sometimes that's the only way to realize how to have effective head movement in Muay Thai.